Hey, afternoon people, this is Sam, South Carolina Happy Bees. We're over at the dead tree again, and this is hive number 304 dead tree, double deep nuke. And we're gonna go in here and see what they got. Well, they got the top glued down. Last time we was in on this was 9-2. It had a yellow queen, brood in the bottom, top of little stores. Move some frames around. Come on. Come on, come on. There you go. The little girl was jumping around, acting like she couldn't fly. Feed her off. I may even give them a little smoke. See no bugs. They're a little upset because it's getting late. They're coming home from work, and I haven't been in here for a little bit. There you go, girls. You know who it is now. Take some of this wax off the top. Put it in the wax melter. Got a spider here somewhere, they said. That spider web anyway. Don't like spider webs around my bees. Y'all hold on just a second. I don't like something I can't see, and I can't see the spider web. Yeah, that's another good thing is torches for. Okay. Back to what we were doing. See him getting upset with me? And I didn't even burn none of them. This one appears to have a bunch of nectar on it. Does. This one here has a bunch of nectar on it too. A little bit of honey they're capping. Same thing on this side. Totally full. We're going to set it right here. And this one here may need another box. It's filled with brood. It has honey, nectar, Capped brood. Same thing on this side. It's a good frame. We're going to sit it right here for a second, maybe for a minute. Get the bees off the bottom. Here we go. They have cut my fishing line. So we're going to cut it back there. Got a little bit here. Okay. Put it back in the house. They would be walking around on my neck. This one here has brood and larvae, honey, and eggs. It's a good frame. And I don't really want to separate the brood frames. Last night it got down to 40s. These can deal with the 40s okay. This one here has brood, eggs, larvae, little honey. Same thing on this side. Put a little bit of this propolis off the end. Put it back down. Little baby bees are jumping on me and then trying to figure out how to get back to where they were at. This one has some brood, has some honey. Now that would be a good frame to put in the one that they're making a queen cell over there. Little girl down here, come on. You little baby. This one with the storage back in there, that was the first one we took out. Everything back exactly like it was, almost. I'm sure we changed something around. So we're going to take this box off, stick over here on the side. There's the rest of that spider web. Where's okay. And here has some pollen, some nectar. Side over here has the same thing. I don't see no queen. We're going to set it right here. So now we got rid of that spider web. Have a little baby jump off. Come on. These little babies are real trusty. They don't know anything about fear or hate. All they know is feed me, take care of me, be happy. This one here has honey on it, or has nectar on it. This one here has nectar on it. Bottom looks clean. This one has some honey, has some nectar. Same thing with this one. We're gonna probably mix some of these frames up, get rid of the bees off the bottom. Need to get rid of some of the propolis. The bottom box is a little tight. This one here has some honey, some nectar. Yeah, we're going to mix some frames around. Got a little honey, a little nectar. propolis off of here. We haven't seen a queen, we haven't looked for a queen. This one here. Has some nectar in it. So we're going to put it back in there. And we're going to bring them 5 frames back. Yeah, I didn't get the propolis off that one, did I? We could bring 2 8-frame boxes over here. But I just assume overwinter them in a nuke box. Why? Just wood. They don't have as much room to heat up. Put the brood at the top. This is what I do now. In the winter time, when it starts getting 40 degrees and it's staying at about 40, give or take a little bit. Be walking on my shoulder, get between my shoulder and my shirt. Yeah. But anyway, I like for my babies to be up in the top of the brood, because that's where it's warm, that's where the bees are going to get if it gets real cold. It gets real cold, and they can regulate the heat a lot better in a nuke box, better than they can in a deep box. I mean a 8 or 10 frame box. 8s are okay. 10, you know, it's kind of like you at your house, you know. If it's real cold and you can't heat it all, come on, get on there. Come on, little one. There you go. She's back home now. But some people like to put honey in the top. I don't do that. They'll have honey on the side for days that they can get up and walk around. But on the top, I put my dry sugar on it. And that way, mercy, just wait. That way, they can they'll build a cluster, okay, around the brood and the queen and the eggs and the baby. Now the queen won't lay that many eggs in the wintertime, but she constantly lays a little bit. And they'll take care of those eggs and everything. But y'all go back and watch the video, and I put a piece of rabbit, we call it rabbit wire, so inch by inch square wire, put a piece of paper over it, then I just fill it with honey, and I leave a little bit on the sides, and that does 2 things. Now I'm talking, y'all can't see what I'm doing up here. There you go. Okay. I get my piece of rabbit wire. I know some of you wonder what's rabbit wire. This is rabbit wire, so inch squares, and I'll take that and I'll put it down on top of my hives like that. Your bees are up here, your brood is up here. It's got a little honey up there that they can eat. You don't want to put no water on there. But I'll put a piece of paper towel down here, spray it down with a little water or sugar water, and I'll just fill it with honey. I mean sugar, dry sugar. And some of them I've got, it's got this little cage like this, put sugar in there. And the bees will come up from the outside, get on the top and eat. And wherever the cluster is, regardless of how cold it gets, wherever that cluster is, the bees will rotate. Bees will rotate in the cluster, staying warm, and as they rotate up here, this is this is Sam. They'll rotate up here, and they can eat, and they'll stay healthy and happy. And you'll stay happy when you go back to get them in the springtime. Another thing about that, you can always, say you got a day that's 40 or 45, you can take the top off of it. This is what I use my feeder rings for. Take the top off your hive and check the honey or the sugar up there. If they're been here, there's going to be a hole in there, and what you do is just get you another little piece of paper towel, cover that hole, and then put sugar back in it. You don't have to go in the hive to bother with them, to mess with them, or nothing. And my bees like that. Don't you, girls? But if you go and feed them sugar water in the winter time, you're going to hurt them. My opinion. You figure you work with your bees, and your bees are working and everything else. You don't want them to go and freeze, or you don't get too cold. Now I'm down south, so we don't really have a whole lot of worry. I have had in my lawn boxes. In my lawn boxes, I put spring bottom boards because that was the thing back then. And we had one time there when it got down to about 19 degrees for a while. Now, in a long box, the bees can't control the heat. And when it got that cold, they couldn't cluster in any one spot because they had brood all over the place. And that's one of the reasons I quit with the open boxes and the long boxes, brother, because you couldn't do a whole lot with them. And how you gonna keep the heat in there? You got a top on it. Now, I took some of mine, I put canvas over the top of the hive where they could keep a little bit heated, but the bottom was open and I couldn't figure out any. Anyway, they all died. And I sold some of the boxes. And that's my babies here. But y'all have a great weekend. I squished a couple of them here. Sorry about that, girls. Put that back on. Y'all have a good weekend, a careful weekend. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a comment. Let us know what you think. Let's see how they doing. Give us a comment. Let us know what you're doing, what you think. Subscribe. Thumbs up. Share. And that's them. Like I say, y'all have a careful weekend. We'll talk with you later. Bye.